Welcome back. So we're going to be going into your astrology chart. So I'm going to help you kind of see how an astrology chart works today, but most importantly, we're going to be getting into the darker aspects of our astrology chart and what symbols to look for if you're going through some sort of darker time in your life, if you are curious about black magic, if you're curious about others doing black magic on you. We're also going to touch on that as well at the beginning of this before we dive into it, okay? So we're going to be going over 6 different signs today, and it's extremely exciting. I do want to say though at the beginning, because this is part of my life path, is to help others like learn this very important lesson, okay? And at least hear it, especially if you're going through like attacks. So listen to me. I understand how deep black magic attacks can go. They can go so deep, they can get really intense, they can get really ethereal, they can get really in your face, they can get really terrifying, they can get very heavy, they can get very disturbing, they can get very frustrating. This is something that's extremely important. Number 1, if you're looking at it from an eagle's eye view, it's a test. You cannot serve 2 gods. Are you going to serve love or are you going to serve fear? Ask yourself that. Are you going to serve love or are you going to serve fear? Are you going to feed that energy that's trying their best to take from you? Are you? Why would you feed it? Why would you feed it with your attention? Why would you feed it with your anger? Why would you feed it with your resentment? Why would you feed it with your time? Why would you feed it with your energy? No. If you truly have a testimony and an understanding of love, then you'd be like, oh baby, that's just like a baby witch. This is maybe their first lifetime as learning earth magic. That's cute, okay? We all know that love, is so much more powerful. And if you don't know that, this is the universe testing you, okay? I'm going to leave it at that for right now. We'll go deeper into all of that later. But so today we're going to go over part of the astrology chart. So I'm just going to first we're going to get into Kronos, but first I'm going to show you the wheel itself. So here's the wheel, right? That you get from your astrology reading. I'll put links down below that are like free. So on this outer wheel, we have the astrological signs. So we have from Aries, the first, to Pisces, the 12th, the last, okay? So Aries, Gemini, Libra, all that good stuff, right? Then in this inner circle right here, you'll see numbers, okay? Those numbers are the houses, 1 through 12, okay? And then in this inner circle here, those are the points that it kind of helps connect, your squares, basically all of your aspects. And I'm going to show you what those look like today as well, okay? A little bit at least. And then what you'll have your houses. So your houses will be divided like this. Like for me, my 10th house kind of looks like that, right? And the 10 is right here. You can see that. And this whole area is my 10th house. So that's how you read it. So whenever you go to look at your chart, you'll see the number here. So let's say this number is my 9th house. This whole area that's being divided up is my 9th house, okay? Now, I may have multiple signs in one house, and that's okay. That's pretty normal. So keep that in mind. So now we're gonna get into Kronos Energy. So we're gonna get into the darker aspects of ourselves. So if you're being attacked or you feel like overwhelmed right now and everything like that, take a deep breath, okay? Don't feed it. Let's understand it. We're going to dive into the deeper parts of ourselves because that's where we can do the best work. If we're being attacked in that way, something in ourselves needs to be seen. Okay? Okay. So first we're going to go into Kronos Energy. Kronos Energy. Do not fear these things, my friends. It's literally just energy. It's literally just energy. Okay? Okay. Cool. That's the symbol of Kronos. I'm going to try to get a better expo marker here. So what you're going to do is you're going to find this symbol. You can find it in your chart along the rims. You can find the symbol along the rim of, the astrological symbols on the outside. You can also find the symbol down here. This is what we want to look at. So let's see, my Kronos is in Gemini, and I look over to my right in the 12th house. So find where your Kronos is and write that down. So maybe your Kronos is in Sagittarius in the 1st house. So write yours down. Now, I want you to keep in mind, Kronos is the people in power. Okay, before I say this, every single sign that we go through, feel how it feels in your body. Be aware of your actions, reactions. Be aware of your feelings. Where is the feeling happening in your body? Try to take an eagle's eye view. Just be aware as I'm reading this, okay? And then usually the questions or the energy that comes up, if you look up your Kronos, you're gonna have answers. It will change your life. It's a key. These are keys. It's pretty beautiful. So, Kronos represents the people in power, the elite, the higher ups, okay? This is known as the god of time. Kronos was the king of the Titans, okay? The father of the Olympians, okay? So feel into the father of power within yourself. It doesn't matter gender here. Feel into the father of power within yourself. Feel into your relationship with power. Feel into your relationship with time. Do you feel empowered with the time that you spend and the time that you have? Okay? Feel into your determination. Feel into your places of rebelliousness. Feel into your places of jealousy. Feel into your places of violence. Okay, this is Kronos. So whenever you find the sign in the house it's in, it's going to give you a key about yourself so that you can do the deep inner work, so that you can let go of this fear of yourself that's showing itself in the outer world. So Kronos, your relationship with power. Okay. The next one we're going to do is Hades. Hades. Oh, Hades. Okay. I'm going to go like this. Boom. 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 So find this symbol in your chart. All right. Find the sign in the house that it's in. So Hades, yeah, write that down so you can maybe refer to this later, because whenever you receive knowledge like this, if you're receiving it, it will download into your life and then you'll see it in your outer world. That's just how it works. So Hades is the Greek god of the underworld, okay? It also relates to Pluto, so you might want to look into your Pluto placement, because Pluto is the Roman counterpart of Hades, okay? So Hades is like the bottom feeder energy. It's like the past. Things lurking from the past that you still might hold on to. It's kind of like the filth of the past, the weight of the past, mistakes, regret, shame, dirty deeds, scum. It also can be deep-seated emotional issues. Okay, it can also be a place where you have deep transformative experiences that humble you. Okay, it can be a source of deep introspection and self-exploration, leading to a lot of like, oh my God moments, like on your knees type moments. Okay. And Hades is concerned with true power. It's not concerned necessarily with fame like Kronos. Hades is like true power. Like the billionaires behind the scenes that run the show instead of like Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? It's like true power. Okay? So again, so your relationship with power in the outer world, kind of like how others see you, things like that, Kronos. But Hades, what is the relationship with your deeper power, your actual power, what you really, truly want, that you might feel so ashamed for, that you might feel so dirty for, that you might feel so like, oh my God, I'm a terrible person. Like, and if you cannot go there with yourself, okay, then ask yourself this: in what areas do you judge people the most? You'll find your Hades and Kronos there. That's for sure. All right, Lucifer. We're gonna get into Lucifer. Remember, find your placements. Find your house. Find your symbol with these, baby. Okay, we got Lucifer. Lucifer's kind of like, I try to draw it, and I'm gonna try to draw it. Again, if you're like afraid of this word, you're gonna want to look at it in your chart. We gotta release fear, honey. It's time. There was this thing going around Instagram, and it was like, wait, you're still afraid of the devil from the Bible? Are you 6? It's just so funny to me. But no, I got respect. I know it gets kind of scary, you guys. I know it gets scary, okay? I'm not trying to be rude. I know it gets scary. Okay, so we got some Lucy, as known as Lucy. Okay, so it literally brings it means light bringer. Lucifer is like the most beautiful child of God, the most beloved, the most loved. And then he fell from grace because he chose his own path. And he became really powerful in it, in his own way. So it literally means, so ask yourself this whenever you find your Lucifer placement. Okay, it's associated with the attainment, the pursuit of knowledge, the attainment, the pursuit of innovation, the attainment, the pursuit of enlightenment for your own self, your own way, okay, your own rebellious nature, for your own selfish desires, okay? It is the rebel within you, and it's the thing within you that, like, you will think for yourself to the end of the world. Like this is where you might not budge, So this is the one who dives into the depths of everything, of every single thing, is not afraid to dive into the depths of every single thing in order to find light and truth. In some histories, Lucifer was actually, Christ. So Lucifer and Christ is actually known as the same thing. And so if you understand how energies work, then you'll understand that, Satan, which is Kronos, Hades, Lucifer, kind of all in one type thing, in Christ, they're both within all of us. It's an energetic frequency. It's a consciousness. There is no good and bad with this. It's just revelation, insight, growth, healing. So whenever it comes to your Lucifer, what are the things you need to dive into whenever you find your sign in your house in this? What are the depths of the things you need to dive into in order to find the light and truth that you truly seek whenever it comes to this pursuit of your own personal power? Okay, cool. Next one. Lilith. We love Lilith. Lilith, everyone is like, dark goddess. Femme energy. True. So much more to Lilith, so much more to Lilith, bro. Can we just relax? I love Lilith because the story of Lilith, she literally was the first. So in Mesopotamian ancient history, in the Jewish ancient history, Lilith, here, I'm gonna give this real quick. I'm gonna give the sign of Lilith so you can find her in your chart. Lilith was the first wife of Adam, but then she was cast out of the Garden of Eden because she would not listen to Adam. She claimed her own power. Okay, so it's the dark, and then she went and hung out with another angel whom I will not mention the name at this time. So just for reasons, yeah, anyway, that doesn't matter. Moving on. It's fine. But Lilith, she wow. Lilith is this. It's like, listen, it's where your dark feminine, everyone has it. Think wild woman. Think like, you know that woman that you know, that you've seen, where they have wildness in their eyes and they have like red lips and they're about to take you. Like, they will take you. There is no like, you know, it's that dark feminine power. It's literally speaking, the moon is farthest away from Earth in its orbit, and so it's the dark moon, dark black moon Lilith. But this is actually where your dark feminine side wants to mature, because a dark feminine can mature and it doesn't become destructive. Again, like at the beginning of the video, a lot of black magic practitioners, like black magic witches that use manipulation and like control and like try to do like bad spells and stuff. It's like, bro, you're a kid. Like you're like, okay, you know. So it's like, that's immature. That's an immature dark feminine. Lilith is here to show you that you can actually become extremely mature in this placement with your dark feminine energy. So it combines both your desire and fear, because it's actually like you desire to have like extremely mature dark feminine energy, but you're afraid of it in this area, because you know that when you do, like your power will be like profound. Like when you reach maturity, you might have to go through being an immature Lilith for a while. Wherever your placement is, it might be immature for a while to learn, but you're meant to be mature in this area, and you can derive great deep wisdom, okay? Make no mistake, the feminine energy, the dark feminine energy, has like profound wisdom. So when you integrate that into yourself, it just becomes quite beautiful for everyone involved. Okay, so yeah, it's like the perfect key. So whenever you are doing your shadow work, highly recommended to actually face your fears, your guilt, your shame, places where you've been suffering, things like that. Highly recommended. You gotta face it. It might take years, bro, but listen, it's very important, okay? You can't just skip through stuff. It's just not gonna work, okay? If you say you want something, then you're gonna have to learn how to get there to actually receive it, okay? So the Lilith energy it's like a perfect fit. It's like the key to help you. So practice embodying that Lilith energy. I'm going to give you an example, but practice embodying your dark moon Lilith to actually help you unlock a lot of things during your shadow work. Like for example, my dark moon Lilith is in Leo in the 2nd house. So for me, it's like it's also at the 22nd degree. But for me, you know, and for anyone that has Leo, is like, you could be really afraid of shining, because whenever you do, everyone's looking at you. You could hate the fact that everyone looks at you whenever you shine. You could, you know, like, you know, people might take advantage of you whenever you shine. You might use your shining in that way, like kind of being sensual and fun and playful and flirtatious and powerful and sexy and like vibrant, that energy. This is an example of Leo and Lilith that might like provide a lot of hard lessons for you to mature that area of your life, okay? And then take into account the house that it's in as well. So apply that knowledge. Okay, so we're gonna go to the last one. Wait, is this the last one? No. Second to last. We're gonna go to Eros. Eros is always fun. I feel like everyone is excited about Eros. Is it true? Is it true? Everyone's excited about Eros, right? Eroticism, right? I think so. Okay, we're gonna do Eros. Eros. We're gonna do a heart. Lovely Eros. We're gonna do like a little thing through here. Boom, shakalaka doom doom shakalaka. Okay, this is your Eros symbol. Yeah, that's it. That's the Eros symbol. So Eros is the Greek god of love. And love, sex, passionate desire, intense desire. sensuality, intimacy, closeness. You want to be extremely close. So wherever your Eros placement is, you want to like meld with it. You want to fill and be filled by it. You know, like you want to, you have a deep desire to create, like you have a creative impulse from it. It's like your well of creative impulse, like, oh my God, like that turns me on. I want to go for that. Whether it be a person, a place, a thing, an idea, a dream, you know, it's really lovely. It's a lovely energy. It can manifest many ways because it really manifests in the way that your sign in your house is in with Eros and what it aspects as well. But it really is like, you know, how do you want to love and be loved? So it can be extremely tender as well. And yeah, so whenever it comes to Eros, I'd say like the energy is just very, very lovely. And I think there's a lot of shame and suffering around erotic energy. And that just really does not need to be there. It just really doesn't. I highly recommend to explore your sexuality without being like so hard on yourself. Because like we are literally sensual beings. We're meant to explore eroticism. And for example, my Eros is right next to some deep energies, and so I can say that it's really important to be soft and kind to yourself as you explore every part of yourself that you want to explore with Eros. You have to let yourself have pleasure. You're a human being. Pleasure is not shameful. Pleasure is not, you know, listen, this can also involve shadow work. And so if you do have some things that turn you on that is like disturbing you and you're like, where is that coming from? That's not me, but why does it turn me on so much? Like that's disturbing. I know what that's like. And so you have to like do shadow work. And it can be really difficult. Like I've had to go through some like profoundly difficult, like years long cycles of learning, of understanding like how to let go of Eros energy that wasn't mine, and it might have been in my ancestry. Well, it was. And so yeah, definitely give yourself gentleness and kindness and explorative energy, because your heart does matter. Like love does matter, and the way that you are loved and receive love does matter. So if you want to learn how to receive love and give love in a way that's like really juicy, explore your Eros sign. So the next one is Shyron. Okay. Okay. So we got Shyron. There's actually a feminine counterpart. I learned that recently. So Shyron. Yeah. So it's like a little thing, and then it kind of looks like a K on top. So that's your Shyron. That's your Shyron sign, or Chiron, or Chiron. So Shyron, everyone knows it as the wounded healer. We get it. It's the wounded healer. We get it. Okay, so this is where you're gonna have your deepest wounds. So like Chiron's gonna interconnect with everything we've been talking about. So keep that in mind. So like the dark, deep depths of human psyche, human heart, all that good stuff. Chiron's gonna be interacting with that in some shape or form, and so highly recommend looking into your Chiron, because it can help illuminate and validate like massive amounts of healing. So yeah, Chiron, the deepest wound. It also becomes your wisest point. So for example, my Chiron is in Libra, so it's like relationships have been absolute hell. Yeah. But I have a lot of wisdom whenever it comes to it. Like, I've learned so much in relationships. And now that I've learned about my Shyron, applied new ways of being, I have really beautiful relationships now. And I'm opening my heart now, and I'm receiving love, and I'm giving love, and I'm also prepared. I'm willing to learn from my relationships now. And now I have a way of interacting with relationships where if my heart starts feeling pain, but it's like not warranted, then I don't have to go down that road. I don't have to keep making my Shyron worse and worse and worse. I don't have to do that. And so there's a way, whenever you gain wisdom in whatever Shyron placement you have, you can literally become prophetic in it. You can have acute knowing in it. This is where your deep healing skills come from. This is where your knowledge comes from. And you can also help others know how to address the pain that they may be going through that is similar to what, you know, you have gone through, and you actually do have accredited, astrologically accredited wisdom in. All right, my loves. So I want to cap it off. Go through all of these. Extremely important to go through every single one of these for yourself. And I want you to know, like, if you need any like motivation to actually complete this may take 30 minutes, an hour of your time, and it will change the rest of your life. Like, that is the power of understanding the macrobiology, macrochemistry, the sacred geometry, like the literal cosmic grace of your birth, of who you are on a mass astrological level, of how you interact with everything around you. Yeah, it's really important. So, highly recommend it for your self-mastery and your self-growth. JP Morgan once said, millionaires do not use astrology, billionaires do.